All right, gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, we'll get this off the ground. I've sent out some invites, and we'll see if anybody joins. For some odd reason, nope, camera, nope, screen share, control room. Right, people, settings. Let's see if I can get to where I can hear you. There we go. And, oh, it works. Okay, the sound works. I can't hear myself. I'm not supposed to. All right. One viewer. It is probably Sexy Grandma Darkness.
Hey.
How is it going, William?
It's going good.
Good, good. Good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you, too.
So what's up with you?
I'm actually on my way home. My house is about a block down the road.
Oh, there you go. We've got the tour going on then.
You probably noticed the camera was on briefly.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I was writing Brothers of Blood today while I was waiting on my package. And
wonderful.
It's going good. I kind of changed the way I wanted the story to go because the main plot just seemed kind of silly.
Oh, well, okay. All right. But you know with it.
Say what?
You know where you're going with this. You know what as the author, you know what you're going to do with this. So
yeah, but the way it was originally going to go was that I was going to have Robert train for like 6 years and then go on a quest to find his mother and brother, and then all the stuff was going to happen. And I was like, that sounds silly. So I was like, let's change it up a little bit. So I changed things in this next chapter you're going to see.
Oh, great. Exciting. So do I get to narrate the next chapter too?
Yeah, you get to narrate the next chapter here tonight, actually. Well, if you want to read it tonight, well, I can't later. Well, if you want to read the chapter tonight later on, that'll be nice.
Send it to me.
Okay, but I gotta finish editing it though. But I'll definitely have it to you by late tonight. I'll be up late.
Oh, great! That's exciting. That's fun.
But do you want me to tell you what happens, or do you want to wait until you read it?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard decision. Maybe we'll wait so we don't let everybody know what's going on in case I leave this up. So.
Okay.
So you're just coming from work?
No, I'm coming from my aunt's house.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, fun.
I don't know if there's a party ending in my neighborhood or something because there's a lot of cars going around. The neighborhood's
yeah.
Anyway, about to walk inside now.
Oh, I think we've lost him. It's gone quiet, William.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. There you are. There you are. Well, great.
But I'm also writing another story called Nightshade.
Oh, cool.
It's about if the sun never came back up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm having immunities. Do you know who Immunity Zero is?
Yeah. I'm a little story for a collaboration, so I'm excited to hear when that comes out. He's a good narrator.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna be reading. He said he's gonna want to read Nightshade for me.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. You know, amazing to me because I'm like an old lady. That all the writers and different people with different talents never really had out. So it's awesome that we have this.
Yeah, it is.
It is. And the horror community here is amazing. I mean, I never expected there to be one, but just everybody's so great to reach out to narrators and authors, and they get all connected up on Twitter. It's just amazing. I never expected that. So
I would go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I found out about the horror community. This guy called Mad Mike. He's a bigger YouTuber in the horror community, but I used to do some work for him too. Like I wrote an episode for a show called Mad Mysteries, but he never ended up using that episode that I wrote for him. But I
cool.
also wrote a story called Pokemon Go Abduction for him. He also co-wrote that with me, and what else did we work on? We worked on a few countdowns that are on his channel too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome. Katie said it was a real cool concept, your Nightshade. Katie World XYX. I don't know if you know her. She's an awesome narrator.
Oh wow. Well, thanks, Katie. What Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you're walking, so you can't see the chat. But yeah, I just want you that she said.
I'm in the house now. I'm turning on the computer so I can see the chat.
Okay. All right. It will be small because I am a very small channel. What is your favorite food? My favorite food. Oh, that is a good question. I don't know. It's changed so much, and it just so totally depends on my mood. I love ice cream, though. Does that count?
Is that why you got so excited during that ice cream scene in Brothers of Blood?
There you go.
There's a change in your narration during that scene. I know.
Yes, ice cream's awesome.
Yeah, but for me, my favorite food is probably a good hamburger and a bottle of beer.
There you go. Good hamburger. If you know how to make a good hamburger, you've got it. You've got it on.
Yeah, either a Coors Light or a Blue Moon.
Okay. Yeah, I don't drink beer, but
oh, you don't?
I don't. Oh, Katie had ice cream for lunch. That is the way to have lunch. I actually had a hamburger for lunch.
Wow.
Ooh, pasta is really good, especially with a really good sauce. Pasta is really good.
I have my own recipe for spaghetti sauce.
Oh yeah? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Did you create it or did you yourself?
I created it on my own.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Mm. Yeah, my kids love. I make this recipe with chicken, and the sauce on top is butter and cream of chicken soup and orange juice, just a little bit of orange juice concentrate, and you put that in the crock pot, and then you put that over rice, and my kids love that.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
So that's kind of their favorite that I cook, but anyway.
So, I'm trying to think of some questions to ask you. I want to get to know you. What is the most fun you've ever had?
Most fun I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard to say. Every year we have a tradition of going to the amusement park nearby, and they do this whole Frightmares thing where they have shows and they have like 5 haunted houses to go through, plus, you know, everything else in the amusement park. And, you know, that is just every year. My daughters and I just look forward to that. That's just so much fun. So, again, it kind of goes to the spooky side of things. I actually used to be a ghost hunter in a while.
Wow, that's
We've all kind of
interesting.
just. It's fun. It's fun. It was really neat because there was some of the members had some connections. We'd get into places that you wouldn't usually get into. So it was fun. Oh, you know what? I love 80s rock and 90s dance too, Sexy Grandma. She was asking what kind of music. And you know what? I've got such a varied taste in that. I like electro swing. I like steampunk music. I like, you know, heavy metal, anything you can imagine. Anything even from like the 70s and 60s and stuff. And I there's not much I won't listen to. What about you, William?
I listen to everything but rap. Rap is a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, you know, I have heard that a lot from people. I have to say it depends, because like I like Gorillas and they've got some in there. Over and overly hateful, it's okay with me. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Keep the questions coming, Sexy Grandma. You've got the whole thing to yourself here.
Yeah. And well, what's another thing? So I wanted to tell you about my writing history. Is that I do you like time travel stories?
I do. I love time travel stories.
Well, I have a story called Silver Ticket that's on Reddit, and it was really popular on that Reddit, on that subreddit that it was on for a long time.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
and it's a really good story, and it's like about this kid who wins a trip to the future, but the time machine only goes forward, but it doesn't go back.
Oh. Ah, that's interesting. So you can always find out something new, but you're stuck. That's good. I like that. I like
But they're
that.
trying to find a backwards time machine.
There you go. That's, you know, that really is a possibility, scientifically, and it is going back into the past that is the difficult part. That'd be an awesome story. I'll have to go find that.
I'll shoot you a link.
Katie wants to know favorite horror films. Oh, that's a tough one. I of them I like. The classic ones, like The Fog. What's it called? The really good one from like the late 70s. And it's the first one that talks about EVPs and uses EVPs in the movie. And it's just super creepy. The newer ones, you know, I really liked when the Japanese horror came out because, well, I like anime too, but it's just such an anthropological thing for me to see how different things are perceived in different cultures, and to have where their ghosts are nearly very vengeful is a very interesting concept that wasn't introduced until, you know, they became popular over here. I'm trying to think. It's hard to find an original. Hey, we got joining us.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hey, Raener.
I had never been in your stream before yet.
No, you haven't. No, I've seen you in many streams before, though, Raener. Welcome, welcome. We're talking about our favorite horror films right now.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So, William, did you want to say what yours was? I was just going off on a tangent.
Well, I'd have to say my favorite horror film to this day is still The Eye starring Jessica Alba, because that movie nearly scared me to death when I saw it in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was screaming so loud on every jump scare, and this girl next to me was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I swear she thought I had heart problems or something.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that was a good one. I really like that concept. That was a good one.
Yeah, but fun fact, I do have a irregular heartbeat, so yeah.
Not so good then.
Yeah,
How about you?
How about you, Raener?
Oh, my favorite horror films? They would have to be a tie between Stanley Kubrick's The Shining and the original film by filmmaker and film master Alfred Hitchcock. That would be Psycho. The original slasher.
Both extreme. You watch The Shining 100 times and still find new stuff, because Kubrick was just so brilliant.
The way they described his filmmaking process was almost as if he took every single frame and created a portrait within it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. If anybody gets a chance to see any documentaries on him, and particularly on The Shining, it will blow your mind. The things he does is just really amazing. And Psycho was good too. And killing off Janet Leigh in the very beginning, that was great. They kind of, well, they did mimic that in Scream when Drew Barrymore was killed off first. So, thank you, sexy grandma. She's my number one fan. Give me a break.
No, I just love her name, Sexy Grandma.
Oh, and Darkness Prevails has adopted her as his grandma, so she goes darkness now. So yeah, she wants to know how old we are. Oh, this is something I've been hiding. Do I want to give that out?
28.
Not 28. Thank you. Yeah. That was my daughter, and I am not 28.
I subscribe to your channel now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I can't believe I have not before. That is a mistake that has been rectified now.
Well, I'm 21.
You're one?
I'm 21, not one. I'm 21.
There we go. It cut out for a minute.
What's 9 plus 10? 21.
Oh, funny. Okay, I will tell you all my age. I am 46. Ouch.
You honestly sounded a lot younger.
Thank you.
You really did.
Well,
honestly,
thank you.
I thought you were about 28 or 29. I'm going to be very honest about that.
Oh, wow. Great. Thank you. No, I am 46. I actually have one grandson.
Oh.
So, wow. Yeah. Now I'm going to have to delete this video so no one else knows.
But now there's two sexy grandmas. There
you go.
She wants
to collab Dr. Creepin or GM Danielson. Oh, don't I wish. That would be like the pinnacle of what I would love to do. But
Well,
yeah, they're so far in talent above me, both of them.
I can tell you right now that as long as you are willing to ask Dr. Creepin, and if you are willing to keep after him, since he does kind of forget quite a bit, but if you're willing to keep after it with him and ask him politely, he will most definitely be willing to collaborate with you.
Oh, well, good. Maybe I'll have to work up.
Him and I have been longtime colleagues at this rate.
Yeah. I'll have to work up the courage. Like I say, those two are just so far above me in talent. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, maybe
I love Dr. Craven still. I mean, me and him used to be, well, we used to be pals, but then we kind of just drifted apart. But
everyone has their own time and sometimes moves between groups and what have you.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't make you any less of a friend or a colleague.
Right.
When he was a smaller channel, we were close. Like, I even showed him pictures of me when I was younger. That's how close we were. But then he kind of we grew apart.
That's fine. That's totally fine. He actually helped to give me ideas on how I wanted to construct some of the stories that I'm releasing in my first book ever this year. He worked on it with me last year. And he said, I wanted to work on more Russian stories so I could work on the accent. And I said, and I wanted to work in some of the concepts for a long time story series I'm going to be doing. Well, what am I going to do? Well, what are you planning? I'm going to be planning something involving a plague titled Volvox. And it is based in radiation and in spreadability, like a radioactive prion. And our first thought was Chernobyl.
Wow.
Oh, hell.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how we ended up birthing the story Toxic Divergence on the YouTube scene.
Oh, wow. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You are such a great writer. You really are.
Oh, thank you. I'm honestly surprised that people would even consider publishing my work, let alone like compliment.
I keep thinking the same thing about my writing.
I look at some of my old stories. I'm like, what are you doing? What is this? And you're gonna try and promote this? I'm too critical of myself. I evolve so quickly with my writing style that sometimes it looks so foreign to me.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, the learning curve on things like that, like narrating or writing. Writing is harder because I've tried to do that. I
tried to do that.
I can come up with stories, but sitting down and putting it out on something so it exists is just, I don't know, beyond me. So
up until recently, I had not been taking narration or narration production seriously. It wasn't until very recently that I actually took any of that to heart and I actually put effort into my work. I would always post up little videos where I would narrate something just because I was bored and wanted to have fun with my narrator friends because I was the only writer and later author in our circle. So what I decided to do after a few months is that, you know what? I want to give myself the best shot. I want to bring to life one of my own stories the only way I think I can. And since March of this year, I've been doing that fairly regularly. In between every week or every other week, I'll post up fairly high quality narration video on the weekends.
So, Raener,
almost every. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I had a question for you. Like, I know every writer has somebody they look up to. Who's yours?
Oh man, it's actually a few somebodies. That would have to be, of course, the horror lord himself, Edgar Allan Poe. It would have to be Granddaddy Stephen King, and another author that had inspired me, which you wouldn't quite think at first, but after a bit of explanation, it makes a bit more sense. It would have to be the poet Ellen Hopkins. And here's my explanation why. One of the first books from her I have ever read, and still one of my favorite books of all time to date, would have to be her book Tricks, because it was so macabre, so dark, yet so true. and it faced real horrors in the real world, things that I've heard people going through, not to the same level, but things that were not out of the realm of imagination, things that were true and have happened before, and that people were too uncomfortable to deal with, yet you were placed in the moment in all of the good and bad of the lives of those kids. In case you don't know what the title means by tricks, it's referring to the term turning tricks.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look that up. That's very interesting.
It's fantastic.
I'll have to look that. That is, and poetry, it's not a very popular medium these days, but there is so much emotion you can evoke, and that is so much easier to bring out. I think it helps prose if you do, study the imagery. I think of Ray Bradbury and the way he would turn a phrase and just bring to mind a sight or a smell, something that way. So yeah, I'll have to look her up. That sounds really interesting. And Sexy Grandma, I agree. Nightmare on Elm Street was a good one. It was groundbreaking in its time. And Robert Englund is the only Freddy. Yes. So yeah. Okay. Any more questions?
I actually have a friend of mine who got to meet Robert Englund.
Oh, really?
He was like on a social media site I was helping to work and maintain, and he sent me photos before posting them online and on the social media site that he actually got to meet him at.
I'm not sure if I'm fading out or if one of you are.
I'm not. I had to get back in.
Okay. Can everybody in the chat, or both of you in the chat?
I kept hearing your side cutting out a little bit.
Okay. You know what? It's probably me. My internet kind of sucks. I will be honest. It was fun. First trees grew. Sometimes they get in the way of the signal. So yeah, joyful.
Yeah.
I can hear you fine though.
We're
okay.
But, So Raener, did you hear what I said earlier? Cut out.
I don't know if I did.
I said that
what was your?
I look up to Christopher Howard Wolf, the writer of Abandoned by Disney and stuff like that.
Yes.
He's one of my reasons that I started writing, along with Stephen King and Rick Riordan. Yeah, but like he's the reason I started writing horror. I should say.
You'd actually be surprised at what got me to start writing. That's awesome.
Oh. But
you cut out for a little bit there.
I did?
Yes, you did. At the end, you said he was the reason I started writing horror and...
I heard him. I don't know what...
I have to make my way back to my aunt's house now because, like, I left my phone charger over there, and, like, so I gotta hurry up and beat my phone.
Oh, boy.
Favorite color? Periwinkle blue. So, has either one of you had any paranormal experiences of your own?
Oh, yeah, yes, I have paranormal experiences. I grew up with the paranormal.
My entire hometown is haunted.
fabulous. I want to come see your town.
Yeah, ghosts have kind of been
live in
wow.
Del Rio, Texas, along the border. Let's see. Favorite color? Vanta black.
Oh, good choice. Good
Darkest
choice.
shade of black. That's my favorite.
No light can escape from the color.
Indeed.
My favorite color is red.
Red is a good color.
It is. I also like redheads. Just thought I'd point that out. Red.
Oh,
My husband's a redhead.
boy.
Or so.
I mean, I just because everybody kept wondering, like, I've always like when I was younger, I had like a band of redheaded girlfriends. Like at least about 1, 2, 3, 4 of the girls I dated were redheads.
That's probably a large percentage.
Although I dated blondes, brunettes, and girls with black hair.
You know, it's odd, but looking over my life, I would say probably 90% of guys that have shown interest in me have been redheads. So I guess I attract redheads.
Wow. The percentage of girls I've attracted would have to be girls with brown hair and brown eyes, which is odd. What about you, Raener?
I don't know if I want to go into the discussion of. Oh, what am I?
Do you have brown hair?
Hair is black.
All righty.
I have black hair too, Raener.
It's nice. It's black and has ethnicity, so.
Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
So, Raener, what is your favorite story that you've written? Like, what is your best creation?
Boy. That's the thing. I have not released that yet. My Mac nowhere near. I am going to be saving that for a while, but I think the current one that might be my best work standing that is released out to view would have to be a tie between my short novel Cairo, Radio Station 97.1 trilogy.
Wow.
That's awesome. But you haven't yet released your magnum opus, yes?
Not yet.
We will have to wait for that.
Well, my greatest creation is my...
It will be definitely worth the wait.
That's awesome.
Well, guys, my book, Raising Hell, is my greatest creation.
Great. That's awesome.
I told you about that, didn't I, Mother Raven?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. That's so awesome.
Yeah. It ends with, although I told my publisher that it's going to end with a cliffhanger, and he's like, he's like, dang it, I hate cliffhangers. He was like, but I did tell him that that the sequel series will take place in the Norse realm. So I'm not done with Thor and Loki yet. You're not done.
I prefer to create my own deities. Focus of my series that I'm writing currently.
Ah,
I cannot say
that
too much, but I can guarantee you that the Volvox Chronicles is one of the biggest parts to my magnum opus. Later on in a few years.
Ah.
I plan on releasing it in 2020 with good reason.
Oh. Aha.
I can relate to that. Like,
wait.
I can relate to that, Raener. Like, I'm waiting to release one of my stories and
a piece that rivals the Dark Tower itself.
Ooh, that sounds very exciting. It's a long ways to wait, though.
It will be a piece that rivals both. Yeah, it will rival the Call of Cthulhu as well as the Dark Tower series.
Oh, fabulous.
Those are big
Fabulous.
claims, but ones I will more than happily exercise forth.
Ah. That I am looking forward to that. I am. I can't believe you're so young. You're
is that
20.
a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad thing. You've got so much talent at such a young age that
That's what so many people have told me.
Good night, Ness. Thank you. Bye. But yes, I mean, you guys are so young, and it's so good that you guys, have, you got such a good start.
I don't feel like I have much talent. Thank you. I just don't feel like I have all that much talent.
Oh, you do. You do. You do. It's awesome. You both write really good stuff. It's awesome. So I couldn't do it at your age, that's for sure.
I wish I could do some of the stuff that some of my other colleagues do with their narration videos, but I could never compete with some of them. So
there's some really
what I do
good.
often enough is I put in production as much as I can into everything I can, and I read my own stories.
There you go. I'm sure there's a lot of people that like reading your stuff, though.
Including
I've
me
seen
right
your name. Yeah,
oh, that's the problem. There's way too many people who do. That's why no one watches my channel. I film and edit my own footage that I use a majority of the time. I create some of the music I use and have personal permission and subscriptions from most of the composers. Well, I have most of the composer subscriptions. They're subscribed to my channel, but I have all their permission. And I just feel like I put in so much effort to narrate, edit my own work, and create knowledge. I feel like I still fall short somewhere.
Oh, no. It's, it's really difficult on YouTube. I don't think a lot of people narration. And it's almost like a big hole, that you you're in there and nobody knows how to find you. So I don't know if that makes sense.
But Mother Raven, you know what I've always wanted to do?
What's that?
I've always wanted to find every single narrator that on YouTube and get them all into one big room. And
there you go.
like have a big narrators convention.
That would
I've
be
always
fun.
It would be like then I could meet Lily. I could meet Mad Mike for finally, since we've been talking since Christmas of 2015.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I could meet so many good people that I've met over the years.
Mike in ages.
You know Mad Mike, Raener?
I haven't talked with him in ages. We follow each other and we've talked in the past. What?
Like me and him were like best friends for like so long, and then he got tied up with school and stuff, and then we just never talked again.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we were besties, and we look alike too. Like I look so much like him. If you ask me, "Are you guys brothers?" That's kind of weird, huh? Like, okay, I don't have any pictures of myself on Twitter, but like, say what?
I had to give above the grave the warning not to lewd the chat.
What do you mean lewd the chat?
Oh, you would know if we let her. You would know immediately.
Who was it that was? Oh, I think it was Shinigami.
Oh no!
Was all sorts of jokes. I don't think it was yesterday. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, I always put Shin in timeout, and he always needs a timeout.
Yeah, there was some very interesting jokes there.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Jeez, I'm so glad my girlfriend's not here. The chat would be so much worse.
Why was that? Why is that, Raener?
Because I don't want her looting chats of people I don't really know. I don't want her looting chats of people I don't really know. If I know the friends and they're okay with it, sure.
Hashtag no pants.
It's one thing to loot your friends' chat and another thing to loot a stranger's, okay? Clear difference.
Oh, funny.
Hashtag no lewds.
And
we have to keep our composure. We are in the presence of Mother Raven.
That's right. I shall act regally.
with regal poise and authority.
So,
I really should turn off this game. I just realized what my controller probably sounds like through the microphone. Here, I'll put it up. I'll put it up to the microphone so you can hear. Now you understand why I was like, maybe I should turn this off.
Can y'all hear anything around at my end?
Oh no. Done. Have I? Oh no, I don't think so.
Because there's bugs and there's birds and shit all around me.
Well, before I forget, just in case, it's an honor to be able to be on this stream with you, Mother Raven. Especially considering how many streams that you've watched with me in it. I always see you in the chat, so I'm like, yes. I'm always so enthusiastic to see Mother in the chat. And then I feel bad whenever things become very lewd.
Well, thank you. I am so glad you guys showed up, or I would have been sitting here babbling to myself, which really would have been embarrassing. When did I decide to start narrating? About 9 months ago. And I don't know, it was almost on a whim. I don't know, I kind of do things and then I throw myself into them wholeheartedly. So it was kind of just something I got interested in, listening to all the pastas and so forth, and decided it was something I wanted to do. I know mine is kind of a little different. I do a lot of older stories that I get Maine, because it's going to read what I like. Of course, there's a lot to, find in the creepypastas and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, that's the answer to that question. Anyway, how did you two get writing and narrating?
Well, Mother Raven, I got into writing back in 2nd grade, and when I wrote the story about these 3 jellyfish who go on a camping trip and they discover this giant star in the middle of the ocean, and then it turns out it's like this egg full of a bunch of different star people, and they have to fight all the star people to get them out of their village, or else the star people will eat all their fellow jellyfish.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's fun. That's fun.
Oh boy.
But yeah,
where do I start?
Yeah. Where did it start for you, Raener?
Okay, I kind of just did narrating because my friends were like, do it, and I was already doing stuff, so I'm like, okay. And that's why I started narrating 4 months ago. Writing is a completely different story. I've been writing poetry specifically since I was at the age of 7.
Wow.
And I always had a little notepad with me, and I like to do wordplay and rhyme stuff. Pretty much ever since I knew how to write fluently in English, I've been writing poetry.
Oh, awesome!
And
awesome.
When it came to writing horror, it actually all kind of started out of a dare that my best friend had for me. At the time, I was on a no-name blog writing about edgy topics like Shoe on Head or Armored Skeptic or any of those other big skeptic YouTubers you could think of. I was just being a dumb idiot. And then he said, "Hey, I saw you've been listening to Mr. Creepypasta lately. You like those stories," which the first one I listened to was Lucifer's Playlist. I was such a religious little teenager at the time, so it was really, really interesting to me. And then I'm like, oh, I need to follow this along. And he's like, dude, why don't you just start writing it? Here, I'll make you a bet. I'll make you a dare. If you have to try and write for 3 months, write some of these stories. Write at least one thing new every month, or write something at least that can go for 1 month each. And do it for 3 months. And if no one reads out your stories like Mr. Creepypasta does on his channel, or if you get tired of it after 3 months and no one reads it, then you can stop writing it. And so I started writing. At first it was torturous, and I was like, well, what am I doing this for? And he reminded me, you always wanted to face your fears. Now's your chance to do it. And I started writing little by little, piece by piece. And I was planning on going back on him, and turning my back on him, because at the time I actually wanted to write romance stories and a bit of erotica instead. And I decided, you know what? I'll give myself a test. I'll write a poem with influences of both areas of aspects and see which one wins out more. And that was the first poem I ever wrote in the horror genre, called Because I Love You. After that was posted, I decided to branch out into horror and continued writing on as my friend had dared me to do so. I found out a few months later that Mr. Creepypasta was hosting a contest through Horror Amino, and the best top 3 stories would be narrated as the winning stories for his contest on his channel.
Oh, wow.
And I'd submitted in a few, but wasn't sure if I was going to win. So I just decided, you know what? I'm going to take this competition out of my mind. I submitted the stuff I already worked on. I'm going to work on something that I want to do and enjoy. And I created the first story that includes pretty much all the elements that I use in my writing style to date. And that would be the short novel, The Voices. And able to submit it in, but I submitted it in at the last minute, 30 minutes before he was going to cut it off on the deadline night.
Oh, wow.
And I was thinking to myself, well, I did what I could and I sent it in. Hopefully he gets it. Whatever. Even then, I was still happy with the work I did. And I was content with leaving horror where I stood and just leaving having made that and considering like that to be my best work. That
Oh,
would
wow.
pale in comparison to what would come.
Oh, wow.
It was
That's awesome.
It was the template to what I was going to create and wanted to create. It was everything that I imagined in my writing style. And sure enough, I met a friend who wanted to narrate one of my stories, and after that, and she told me yes, I let everything go. That narrator was Belladonna Black, and after that, I just let the competition go. I'm like, well, whatever happens, happens. I'm happy. Someone found value in what I wrote, and I feel like I accomplished something. I can leave this thing happy. I woke up the next night at 1 a.m. when he released the contest results and the video upload. And I immediately went to go look through the description because it was over 1 hour and 20 minutes long. I'm like,
Oh,
what the hell
wow.
happened? And I found my story listed as the winning story from the competition. And I read the title and my brain was in shock. I was like, what the hell? And so I literally clicked on the link and I read all the way through the first part of the story before my brain was willing to accept the fact that I won his entire contest.
Oh, my goodness. That's awesome.
He was the first narrator I ever listened to and the first one to ever narrate anything I wrote.
Oh, wow.
And I did it, and I won it out of merit, not out of requests.
Right, right. Oh, that is so awesome.
And since then, I've been writing. That was the moment I told myself, you know what? I can do this. I can face my fears and do great things out of it and make an impact. Because I saw all the comments of people who just really enjoyed it and felt like they wanted to go out and try and write something themselves, or felt like they conquered a lot of their own fears by listening to it.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
On out, I decided that's exactly what I wanted to do. And here we are.
That is so cool.
I'm actually friends with him. He's a really funny dude. but my God, does he send the weirdest Snapchats? My God, MCP.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, that's a little bit of why I got into reading too, is to face that fear. I am a very shy person, and I'm working on emoting more when I read. But just doing that, and plus I hated the sound of my voice. But I admired narrators and voice actors, and so it was, you know, something I felt I had to overcome. So yeah, it's interesting where life leads us. You did go. So.
I was gonna be a voice actor up until middle school.
Oh, really?
But my own parents shattered my dreams of that.
Why?
Oh, no.
Because I had such a squeaker voice at the time.
Oh.
Oh.
I was late in puberty and my voice didn't even begin to start cracking until I was a junior in high school.
Oh, man.
It was bad for so many years.
Oh, that would be difficult. That would be difficult.
Even now my voice sounds different because of my weird development stage. My voice sounds different when I'm standing versus when I'm sitting. Currently, I'm actually sitting while talking to you, but every time I record for my channel, I'm standing. My voice actually drops a solid octave every time I stand and record. One of my friends actually made fun of me and said, whenever you want to go through puberty, man, just stand up and your balls drop.
Oh, that's cruel.
It was so mean, but it was kind of true. Oh, I have such cruel friends.
Isn't that? Oh, it's your true friends that'll just be totally brutal to you.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh man, yes.
Funny.
But so
wait, this is an education stream. I must educate you. Welcome to the School of Horror. To seduce your audience, I apologize.
There you go. That's all right. That's all right.
Welcome to the School of Seduction.
it can only make my channel better. Trust me.
Well, I'll always be willing to work with someone like you on a video. You're fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. That's so sweet of you. I feel like such a newbie, like doesn't know what they're doing.
I've been around.
So.
Oh, I think, Raener, you cut out for a minute. I didn't hear that.
Is he still there?
You couldn't hear him either? Okay.
Wait, are you still there?
Me? Can you hear me?
I was wondering if you could hear me.
I can hear you. I can't hear Raener.
Oh, man. I'm on my computer. That's why I was asking if you could hear me. That's all.
Yep, we got you. We got you loud and clear.
Okay. I had to get off my phone because my phone's about to die.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
So, yeah, I'm back in my aunt's house and my phone's on the charger.
Ah. Yeah, that's helpful. Chargers are very...
Yeah. So, since, well, it's just me and you again, so.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. I am trying to get Ghost Hound Dog in here, and he won't come.
Oh, man.
He just won't come.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Well, so I'm wondering, which mythology do you like better, Greek or Norse mythology?
You know, my mother is Danish. She grew up in Denmark, and she, you know, so with studied Norse mythology on my own. My family's also part British, so I think as well. So I, you know, but everybody gets Greek mythology, so they, you know, everybody learns that. I like the Norse better. I don't know, just a connection I feel to it, and just, you know, I've been over there, so seeing just makes a difference, I guess. I don't know. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but the thing about me is I can actually relate to the Greek mythology because, like, I'm biracial, so I can relate to, like, how the demigods always had all that stuff, and like how when I was a kid, everybody was trying to beat me up in school, and like demigods had monsters coming after them all the time. So I was like, I can relate to this. Wow.
Yeah, that it's, you know, I find all mythology interesting. There was about ago, there was the greatest website that had, like, he had done such a fabulous job on it, and it's gone. You can't find it anymore. About creatures in Asian mythology.
Wow.
And it was the best site to go through, and I feel so bad it's gone because I just love to read through that, and that would be so much material to use, you know, in videos, but you know, you do what you do. So, but yeah, it was a loss to lose that. Anyway.
But another thing is that the reason I started doing the Greek mythology story for my Raising Hell story was that I thought Greek mythology would go the best for it because them fighting monsters sounded better than them fighting crime because I didn't want them to just be another generic superhero gang. So I was like,
yeah,
why not throw Greek mythology in and see what happens? And I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. So yeah, and my publisher is in love with it.
That's great. I'm excited to see it. That's gonna be awesome. That will be awesome.
It is. And I also, the reason I changed the plot for Brothers of Blood, because I talked to him about that recently, and he's like, why not publish that too? And he says, okay. He says he wants me to publish books like, he wants me to be a machine gun with books. So he wants me to publish all of my work.
Oh, there you go. That's great. That was awesome. That's great. And to be so young and to have that success is fabulous.
It is. And my dad gave me a
Congratulations, you deserve it.
Thanks. But my dad gave me a year off to work on my writing, and he says if I'm successful at this, I can continue. But if I'm not, then I have to get a job and live a normal life. Yeah, and so far it's going.
You know, unfortunately. Yeah. So do you have a job other than writing, or?
Well, no, but I work with him on his rental property, and that's how I, get spending money. Right. Yeah. So I work. So I do some work. I'm not like just sitting around all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's great. I actually work. I teach SL. I do lunchroom, that sort of thing, and I love it. Okay, I guess I'm let spill out, but I have fibromyalgia, so it's hard for me to do a lot. And when I do something, it takes me a long time to recover. So, I can only work part-time, so I can't teach. But, it's me, Mother Raven, talking, if you can hear me. Before it was William Schone, above the grave, was asking who's talking. But so, I can only do that part-time, but, that's kind of, I actually record when I'm relaxing, so this is, I'm accomplishing, I've got something to show for a long time, and I'd pastas and I'd listen to narrators, and that's, got me through a lot of stuff, pain in your, sometimes the best thing is just to get out of your own head, out of your own body, and just, be someplace else mentally. So that's kind of, part of how I got into it as well. So anyway.
Yeah.
I
kind of miss how I used to, a lot of the old stuff I used to write. Like I used to just write random scary stories. Like when I thought of something, I just wrote it down.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be daydreaming in class, thinking about it, and I'd be like, I'd have the whole thing on my mind until the end of the school day, and then I just had to write it down. That's how I came up with so much stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. That's, to have that drive is such a great talent and blessing. Okay. Yeah, my dishes are making noises with nobody in the kitchen. That's good to know. Anyway, yeah, see, for me, just sitting down and writing it out was, I don't know if I couldn't take the time, but I'd love to write. I don't know, don't have the patience. I have terrible handwriting too. So yeah, that's probably a part of it.
Fix my Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're back. Yay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Glad to have you back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I've been here for a while. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
That's the problem.
Oh, awesome. All righty. Well, you know what? I think I might cut this short.
Okay.
Here, my husband has to go to work.
Oh, yes.
So I need to get him up. So joy of joys. So.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I wish you the very best of luck, Mother.
Thank you both for coming. This would have been a complete disaster without the two of you. So thank you,
Yeah.
Raener Lewington and William Schone.
Yeah.
And I will talk to you all next time. This again because it's fun than I thought it would be. But thank you all, and so quoth this raven.